be a little wet.
Yeah, we got water in there now. Boy, that thing is touching. Okay. All right, again, you're going to heat the male end up first, right? Okay? All right, let's get this one a little bit better this time. Dump some heat in that bad boy. So burning.
What about the contents of the pipe?
That's it.
That is nice. No. That'd be nice. But it's okay. Yeah. Technically, it's like a... No, it's not. Like a medicine. Sorry about that.
It's clean.
Hold on. Where is he? Oh, Bill, 314
Okay. You see that black stuff on there?
Yes.
That's the soot I'm talking about. That's the oxides that forms on there. So if you let that copper cool down and then you try to reheat it, okay, and re-braze it, you're fighting all that stuff right there, and you're not going to be able to get that stuff to bond the way you want. It's going to turn into a mess on you, okay? Now, I'll show you something here in a second. We have to reheat this, okay? All right, now let's take a look at that one right there. See how that edge looks right there? You got that beveled edge going right there, okay? See that, how that looks right there? What you should be able to do is take your thumbnail, it should drift right across there without catching that sharp edge, okay? If it catches a sharp edge, it's not enough metal. If it's a big old blob, okay, that's no good either. That's too much metal. And this is what you have to practice tomorrow or whatever's time left tonight, okay? How much is enough? How much is too much? And it takes some practice. It's not going to happen the first time, I guarantee you, okay? Now, what if we have to put some more metal on this? Okay, gentlemen, can you pay attention, please, while we're doing this? Thank you. Unless you know all about this already, okay? I don't think you do. All right. So what you got to do first is you got to sand it down really good. Get all the crap off of it, okay? The sandcloth's getting ready to die here. Okay, once you get it cleaned off, okay, it's got to be clean, then you can go ahead and reheat it, okay? Again, you start with the male end up here, a little bit of heat, and then move it down to the female side, and then you go ahead and lay the brazing rod in there, right? Now, out in the field sometimes, you're going to have pieces that are difficult to get to because of the physical arrangement of the equipment, right?
Not a quarter turn.
Remember I gave it a good quarter turn so we don't get the soot and smoke?
Heavy quarter. That's a really good quarter turn.
Damn right. Okay, all right. Now, let's say that this is at a tough angle to get to here, right? I can't reach it. I can't get my torch in there. So one of the things you can do is take your brazing rod and heat it up a little bit like that, okay, and bend it around like that. Now you get in that corner like that right there, okay? That's one thing you can do, okay? Now, when you get these small pieces left over, okay, what you want to do is not throw them away. what we're going to do is lay them together on a table, and we put a little heat on it, and we melt them together. It's called marrying them together. That way you can keep using these stubs, unless they get to be like little tiny pieces. Those you throw away. But you know, a piece like that size right there, we could marry that to another one right there, and now you don't waste this stuff because it's too damn expensive to do that. Okay? All right? What else? Let's see. Okay. The big thing is what you don't want to do, and this is what a lot of people do. I'm going to show you right here. Okay? They're going to take this brazing rod, okay, and they're going to put it on there. Ooh, I hate to mess up my nice joint there, but I'm going to do it. And this is what they do. This is when they start brazing. Here's how they heat it up. Damn right. So now you're burning up acetylene gas in oxygen, and guess what? That copper's not even halfway up to temperature yet. See this? When you first heat it up, get in there and dump some heat on it, like this. Don't burn a hole in it, but get it up to temperature, right? Once you get it up to temperature, then you back it off a little bit, right? Then you start laying it. Now, this is what other people are going to do. They're going to leave it on here too long, and it'll go from dull cherry red to bright cherry red. See that? Guess what happens now? You burn a hole in it because you liquefy the copper right there, okay? So don't let it get too hot, right? Okay, that's about to liquefy right there right now. Now, brazing rods. People lay them in there like this sometimes initially. They try to like dab it. No, not like that, okay? Because when you do that, here's what will happen sometimes. Yeah. Because it'll partially melt and it'll stick. They're like, oh crap, what do I do? Okay. Well, you got to heat up a little bit, okay? What you want to do is lay it, see that? It's stuck now, right? Like that. Can't get it off. You just put a little bit of heat on it, come off, okay? There you go, and you can work that solder into that joint, or that braze rather, into that joint a little bit, okay? And now what you don't want to do is something like this. Take this brazing rod, and one guy this morning was doing it like this. Here's what he got. Oh crap. See that? See that nice big blob right there? That's Beer Can Tech 101 right there, okay? And that's how a lot of guys braze out there. The bigger the blob, the better the job, right? My ass, okay? Not my shop. You don't work for me if you do it like that, okay? But if you do get a blob like that, what you can do is you can put some heat on it. As long as you got a wet rag, be careful here. This is going to be hard to get to with that little bend.
Turn the work.
See that? See how I knocked it off right there? Okay, now it's over here. I still got to heat up a little bit. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right. So you can clean it up like that. Everybody see that? Okay. Now, if you're going to do that, be careful, because when you flick that off, that's 1,200 degree brazing rod right there. So if you flick that back and he's standing behind you watching, that's really cool. Psst. Oh, that ain't so cool. Okay. All right. You understand? Okay. Anybody got any questions on this?
No.
Okay. That's basically it right there. Okay. All right. That's how you braze. All right. And remember, when you get done brazing, don't leave that in the vise. Go, hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a dump now. Okay, so you leave it there, and Mr. Chen comes along, guess what he does? He grabs a hold of it because he didn't know it was hot right there, right? Okay? All right. Now, one other thing. Don't leave copper pieces in a water bucket, because there's acid in that brazing rod, okay? And if you leave the copper in there, that acid starts to leach into the water. This stuff turns into like a toxic sludge that'll start eating your skin off, okay? So don't leave the copper pieces in the bucket. Cool it down, pull it out. When you're done with it, at the end of the night, it goes back in the scrap box, okay? You guys got any questions? How much time we got left? We got plenty of time. We got about 40 minutes. We can go ahead and start playing with this, okay? Now, one last thing I want to show you before I forget, okay? Yeah, let's use that one. It's already cut up. Hang on. Should have showed you that before I cut it off. Okay, and you got a brazing rod here. Let's say I give you one piece there, right? Okay, and there's a couple of you working at a table. Take the torch. There, okay? Now you got two brazing rods. One person can use the other one, okay? Do you understand? Okay, so let's make it last a little bit, all right? Everybody good? All right, there you go, man. Have at it, okay? Have at it.